Hi, 8th graders. It's Mr. Y, obviously. I've got your first assignment for the Distance Learning 8th grade band. Okay, this is a variation on something we did last year in 7th grade. It was called Brass Range Extension last year. This year I've got it in a different key, and we're going to use it as kind of a double whammy. It's kind of a scale exercise, also a long tone exercise at the same time. So this one is going to hold us for a little while. It's based on the F concert scale, which is the one we had just started to do in the SI book when we were so rudely interrupted. But if you do need to refer to it and you have your SI book at home, it's number 182 in the SI book, the simplest version of it. The F concert scale, it's also the second one we did back in 6th grade, and we did it in 7th grade too. So should be a pretty familiar scale to you guys. Obviously, the first thing you always want to do is check your key signature, okay? Concert pitch instruments, that would be flutes, oboes, trombones, euphoniums, mallets. You guys have the F scale, of course. Remember, your key signature for that is the B flat is in the key signature, but not E flat. So be careful about that. That's one removed from your friend from 4th grade. So B flats are, yes, there, but E naturals are what you want to play. And if you don't remember how to play E natural, obviously you can shoot me an email message or look in the back of your SI book or in any of the other books you have. There's probably a fingering chart there. Okay, the E natural, for instance, with flutes, 3 fingers plus 2 fingers. Oboes, same thing, 3 fingers plus 2 fingers. And trombones, second position for you guys. Euphoniums, E natural is middle valve for you guys. Okay, so again, like I said, it's based on the F concert scale. Trumpets, clarinets, bass clarinets, tenor sax. You guys who play B flat instruments, you guys have F sharp in your key signature, but not B flat. So be careful. F sharp, you do have, of course, trumpets, F sharp, of course, middle valve. You guys know that. Tenor sax is F sharp for you guys is easy. 3 plus middle down here. Clarinets, you guys also know F sharp, just this guy right here with no thumb. Or the low one, of course, your top right hand pinky key, or the other one on your left hand if you want to use that. Again, refer to your fingering chart if you want to, or shoot me an email. And that's it. Let's see. Saxes, altos, and baries. You guys have F sharp and C sharp. So F sharp's pretty easy. You guys know that one. C sharp, remember, no fingers. Or saxes, you do have some low C sharps later on. 6 fingers. Plus, remember, on your right hand, your bottom pinky key, that's the low C key. Plus, on your right hand, on your right hand, it's the bottom key. On your left hand, it's the outside key, the one farthest away from the saxophone body. Okay, the inside one is B natural. The outside one is C sharp. The bottom one is B flat. That's not one you want to use. And the top one is G sharp. Also, you don't want to use that one. You want to use the outside one. Okay? Contra, alto, clarinet, you guys also, Marvin, have the same thing, F sharp and C sharp for you guys. So, having said that, you can see on the sheet that I'm going to put on the website, you guys can all download it. If you can't figure out which one applies to you, just shoot me an email and I'll let you know. I think they're fairly self-explanatory. It basically starts on a low note and does a little miniature scale on the way up on number 1. Make sure you don't cheat that whole note there. Hold it for 4 whole counts. And in fact, what I'm going to challenge you to do, if you want to, of course, you can practice it just the way it's written as slurred. Then a breath. And another breath all the way up, of course. You'll also notice, though, that I do have breath marks spaced out every 8 measures. That's what I'd like you to do to see if you can get this as a challenge, okay? If you can get it up to 8 measures, which I think you can if you go fairly quickly here. Once your fingers get under control of this, you probably should be able to do it. I'm going to try to do it in a minute. We'll see if I can. You should be able to play it 8 measures on 1 breath, and I think that'll work for this whole page, by the way. That'll be true, okay? You'll notice number 1 just goes up 1 step every time. Number 2, we have the little 3-note scale. So, etc. all the way up, okay, and then all the way back down as well. Like I said, on this one, you could do it, breathing every measure or every 2 measures if you need to. But as you build it up, you'll probably get to about 8 measures on 1 breath. And this is a great way to build tone, of course. You guys know long notes are the way you build great tone. Great muscles for your lips and your tone and everything like that. Let me see if I can do it. I'm going to set my metronome at 144. Now, this is not something you want to start right away, of course. You want to build up to this. Start out nice and slow. If you have a metronome, a great methodical way to do it is to find a number, a beats per minute number that you can do it at right away, and then keep track of that. Mark it down. Make sure you know what it is. The next day, do it that same tempo until you really think you got it perfect. Then up it by a little bit. Okay, just a couple of notches. It's not really a big deal. You don't have to go very far. I'm going at 144 right now. I have been actually doing this for quite a while as a warm-up in class before, like I said, we were so rudely interrupted. So I had it at about 144. Let me just show you here. This is number 1. think I probably could have even a little slower and made it through on one breath. That was a little too fast, actually, really. And then number 2, same about speed. And again, always use a great sound with that thing. You want to make sure to get a good sound all the time. One other additional thing, brass players, you guys go pretty low and measure 15 on both of these. You'll notice on 15 on number 1 and 15 also on number 2. You go down to the lowest note you have on your instrument. Kind of like saxes, you guys go down to that low C sharp, that same place too. Okay, so that's both your pinkies, remember. Trumpets, that low F sharp for you guys, all 3 valves. Euphonium, your low E natural, also right there is all 3 valves. And trombone, it's 7th position for you guys. Okay, all the way up to 7th. Or if you've got the trigger, you can do trigger 2nd if you'd like to, trigger 2. Or you can do 7th if you don't have the trigger, of course. Start out slow, start out little bits one at a time. Focus your energy. If you need to just do the first 2 measures one day, that's totally fine. Focus on that, get it really good. I know you probably don't have, all the practice time in the world right now. We've got a lot of stuff to do, and I don't expect you to do a lot. Remember, number of days you practice, much more important than the number of minutes. So if you can do 10 minutes a day, that's great. I think you should be able to find 10 minutes in your day right now. I mean, a lot of us are saving time because we're not driving anywhere, right? That really helps too, of course. So a little bit of time every day, really build up that sound. Probably we are going to have an evaluation of some kind on this at some point. I don't really know yet, but there'll be something going on. And even if we don't have an evaluation on this specific thing, this kind of thing will help build toward the evaluations we have. It'll help build your sound. It'll help build your stamina. It'll help build, your tone in general and your fingers and everything. So, like I said, take a couple of minutes every day and do it. Should not be a big deal, okay? Percussionists, by the way, this is totally the wrong video for you guys. Okay? That'll do it for today. Thanks very much.